Hey there, welcome to my garden here at Jersey Homestead. I'm Melissa if you're new. Thank you so much for being here. Today we have a big day. You can see over here we've got a bunch of seeds. I'm going to be planting out my whole big raised bed. It's probably hard to see right now, but I have marked out square feet in here so that I can have ease of planting as I'm doing it. And I have my little planting map that's going to help me figure out what I'm planting where. And I have my nice trusty dusty digger. And so what I'm mostly going to be planting in here is herbs. This half is going to be all herbs. And then this half, I'm going to be doing like root vegetables like carrots, daikon, turnips. And then around the edge, I'm going to be putting some small flowers and some marigolds just to bring in some extra pollinators. I guess I'm going to start with the borage. The borage is mostly going to be for pollinators, but is an also really great plant to make like infused water because the flowers taste like cucumbers. So I'm just going to plant one of these because the plants get really big. Each of these plants get potentially up to 3 feet tall. And these seeds are a little old, so I'm going to overplant them, maybe like 5 or 6 seeds in here, and then I'll just thin it out if we get a good response from the seeds. Okay, and I have prepared here all of my little tags. So here's my little borage tag, and I'm going to put it right here. Nice. Okay. Oh, I didn't bring a pen to mark things off my list as I plant them. That's okay. I'll just move the seed packets over. Okay. So next, I'll do the thyme. I'm going to plant that one here. So this is winter time. I don't know if there's a difference between this and other varieties of thyme, but this is what came in I bought like a big packet of a bunch of different kinds of seeds. So we're going to try this one out. If this doesn't work, I have a couple of thyme plants that are a couple years old in my front yard, and I will just transplant one of those over here if this doesn't come to fruition. Oh, wow, these seeds are really small. I don't know if I can show you these. We're gonna try this again. Okay, I'll probably end up putting another picture there, but I wanted to give it a shot. So I'm also only gonna want one of these plants. Oh, where did my digger go? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm also only gonna want one of these plants. So even though I have all these seeds, again, these are pretty old. I don't know how long these seeds are viable for. So I'm gonna let it start as a little cluster, and then I'll thin it down maybe to like 2 or 3 plants, and then I'll let them just be a little bush of plants right there. And so I also have my little thyme tag. I definitely have all my tags this time. Last time, if you were watching, I lost a bunch of my tags and I didn't have them for the video, but here we are. I'm also fully in frame. How about that? Okay. And I have the thyme, the borage done. Next, oregano. Oh, well, oregano's gonna go down here and I'm gonna have to switch the camera for that. So I'm just gonna put it there for now. And the cilantro. All right, so I'll do dill next. Dill plant is gonna go here. This is Monmouth Long Island dill, so it is supposed to get pretty big compared to other dill. Oh, the seeds are pretty big too. So I guess I'm gonna plant like 4 of these. And I'm just gonna put one centralized spot so that we can aim for that single plant at the end. This is all recommended spacing for doing the square foot gardening, which I'm doing in here just to maximize the amount of space that I have in this great raised bed. And I'm starting everything in here for the most part from seed because I'm not really going to have any weed pressure in here because we brought all of the soil in from the mushroom compost and then some old soil that might have had a couple seeds in it, but nothing compared to the ground. So I'm pretty excited about this bed. Okay. Oh, and then the cilantro is going to go down there. What's on this side? Parsley. Okay, I've got Italian parsley. And I'm pretty sure parsley I can do 4 plants. I'm gonna do 4 plants because we use a lot of parsley, so it's not gonna get full size anyway. So 4 plants should be great. That's what I'm thinking. Parsley is a great herb, and it's has so much more flavor when it's fresh, versus if you get it dried. or even if you get it at the store, it's like night and day. We tried growing oregano before. Did I say oregano? I meant parsley. On the note of oregano, though, we tried growing oregano before, and it ended up being Greek oregano, which doesn't taste anything like regular Italian oregano. So I made sure to get Italian oregano this time. Okay, that was the parsley. Where's my parsley tag? Here it is. Oh, cover these up. Can't forget to cover them up. Parsley. Oh, it's surprisingly warm out here today. It said the high was only like 60, but I think it's creeping up to 70 out here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 done. Excellent. Oh, and now I get to start the basil. The basil is also, we use a lot of basil. So I'm also, against my better judgment, I'm gonna do 4 basils. I'm gonna be planting basil kind of all over the place because I love it as a companion plant in addition to just growing it to have as an herb. So if these are a little crowded and so they don't grow that big, that's okay because I will harvest them a bunch, just a bunch. I use them fresh, I dry them. I make this great chicken zucchini dish with a basil. It's a pesto, it's not pesto. It doesn't have pine nuts. So if you're interested in seeing that dish, that could potentially be another cooking dish that I do. Let me know in the comments if it's something you're interested in. And that was my lovely basil. It's a Genovese basil, so it's a nice classic cooking basil. And then we've got chives. Okay. Now the chives, I haven't grown before. Oh, and I also have some green onions. They're going in the same square because you can grow a bunch of them in a square foot. So I'm going to do half the square chives and half the square green onions. And then the chives, we're probably going to dry them and use them in like soups and ramen and stuff like that. But the green onions we'll use fresh in stir fries and soups and stuff. We've got a plane going over. You can almost definitely hear that. It's so loud. Okay. So in front, I'm gonna kind of just like smatter them on top because they're pretty small, and then I'll just like I guess dust them around. So the front half chives, and then I also have some these are called garlic chives, and they're apparently a perennial. I don't really know much about chives. Oh, these seeds look totally different. Well, they're both black, so most seeds aren't black like this. They're all related, I guess. Anyway, I'm sprinkling them up here too, overplanting the chives. Because it'd be nice to have some nice dried chives. I'm gonna just pat them in so they settle in a little bit because they're small seeds. Oh, and then my chives label. Look at that. Look at that labeling. Oh, doing great. Okay, and now I've got the green onions and I'm gonna smatter them around, but I'm gonna smatter them around a little bit lighter. Now see, these ones are black too, so I guess all allium seeds are black. Okay, so I'll do kind of like a row of smattering here, and then another row up here. And we'll just see how that comes out. I'm gonna pat these down. I'm gonna get this rock out of here. I'm gonna pat these down. And I think that that's just gonna be swell. Okay, we've traded spaces, and now I'm on this side and you're on that side. And so on the 3 that I have left, I already have 2 of the seed packets out here. And I also need my oregano. Where's the oregano? Oh wait, no, I took that one out. What's the other? This one, rosemary. Okay, here's my rosemary. Okay. So the rosemary, they're kind of big. So I'm just gonna do one of them in the center too. I didn't look this one up for the square foot gardening, but I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna wanna do one. So here's a bunch of seeds, my very old seeds. They were kind of deep. Let me just sprinkle a few more on top, actually. I don't know how these are gonna do, so fingers crossed on that rosemary. I actually went to a store today to try to get some rosemary because I couldn't find my seeds, but they don't have rosemary yet. It's too early in the season because we're actually still like 2 or 3 weeks away from our frost date, but we've been having an exceptionally warm spring, so I'm risking it. But most, I mean, with the raised bed, it stays warm faster, so the chances of this getting the frost is lower than the ground. And most of these things are at least a little hardy to the cold, so I think that we're going to be okay. So here's cilantro. I'm also going to do 4 of the cilantro. Yeah, because we use a lot of cilantro. We'll make sauces and guacamoles, and then I'll let just 1 of the 4 of these, whichever one I like the best, we'll let that one go to seed at the end. And maybe I'll try to collect some seeds, which I haven't done yet, but it would be really fun to try to do that with you. Okay, those will be 4 nice cilantro plants. Great. Oh, my tags. Oh, I even forgot the green onions. Here's the tag for the green onions. You thought I forgot. I did, but I remembered. Okay. Here's my rosemary tag. Here's my my cilantro tag. And now I'm gonna put the oregano tag here. And now I'm gonna start the oregano. Hopefully this oregano comes out good. It was so disappointing. Oh, there's like 5 seeds in here and they're so small. I'm gonna like come up to show you this because it's crazy how small they are. Oh, the shadow. I can't. Look at that. Look at how small these seeds are. That's crazy. Oh, I lost one. That's okay. Okay, here we go. I had to show you that. These are the smallest seeds I've ever dealt with. I can't believe it. That's all there was in the whole packet. But that's okay. I'm putting them all in. All right. I'm just gonna dust those in there. Nice pat. These seeds have all been very small today. And I got the oregano tag. Excellent. Okay. Then I'm gonna move over to this side and I'm gonna switch you back around. Okay, now we're over here. So I'm on the other side of the garden now. And on this side, I'm not gonna be planting out either of these 6 squares right now. I'm only planting these out because I'm going to be doing succession planting. So in 1 or 2 weeks, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to do the next 3. And then after that, I'm going to do the following 3. But for these, eventual rows, we've got beets and turnips for over here. And then in the middle, I'm going to do my daikon, which I'm quite excited about. And then I'm going to do the carrots over here. I guess I should face all these tags out like this way so that we're all the tags are facing the same way. Okay. So for beets, it says to do 4 per square foot. So since they're getting half of the square foot, I'm going to split it up with the turnips because we don't really use very many of each of these for right now. So I'm going light on it. These beets I'm actually going to use, I'm going to make pickled beet eggs out of the chicken eggs because I personally love pickled beet eggs. If you've never had them or heard of them, stay tuned because once these are all done, I will make some pickled beet eggs with y'all and it's going to be very cool. Okay. So now these seeds are a little bit bigger. They're almost like the Swiss chard seeds. And I left my digger over there. Okay. I'm just going to do 2. I'm going to do 1 here. I'm going to pat the soil down a little bit. It's fluffy. I'm going to do 1 and I'm going to do 2. It's nice spacing. And then these are cluster seeds, like I was saying, like the Swiss chard. So some of them aren't broken up. So I'm gonna do 1 big cluster and then 2 extra seeds. And then I'll do like 5 seeds over here, just so that we definitely get them to come up since I'm not planting a ton. And then I'll thin them down once they pop up. And then the greens are edible. And I could put them in some salad, or more likely I will give them to our chickens. We just love it for giving the chickens different food and experimenting with how they like it. If you didn't know, chickens are actually really smart as far as their food consumption goes. And if a food is poisonous to them, they will actually avoid it. And so you can present just about anything to the chickens, and if it's not good for them, they won't eat it. It's also a trick that if you want nice plants to grow around where you keep your chickens or have them free ranging, you can just pick plants that are poisonous for them and they won't eat them. And so then you can have nice plants and your chickens and everybody's happy. Okay, so I've done 5 little start areas for the turnips, overseeding as I do. And then I'll thin those out. So I'll have 5 turnips and hopefully 2 beets, and that'll be nice. The turnips we'll use I use them in stews to kind of fill them out instead of just using potatoes because they're like a little bit healthier than potatoes and they pretty much taste the same once you have them in a stew. Okay, now daikon. These, it says 1 inch apart. So I think I can get away with 9 of these. They get big. I think I can get away with 9 of them. That seems like a lot. Maybe I'll do 6. Because getting 6 daikon all at once is kind of a lot anyway. Like, how many are we realistically going to use? Yeah, I'll do 6. And I'll just plant, these are new seeds, so I'm only going to plant 2 seeds per each one. Okay, so I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, got my extra seeds. Save them in case we can use them later. I'll cover these guys up. Nice pat. And now for the carrots. So which ones? I have a few different carrots. And I didn't write down how long any of them take to grow. Just the black nebula carrot. Well, I want to try those. And we can put 16 carrots per square foot. So maybe I'll do all 4 of these. I'll do one little row of 4 of each carrot. Is that silly? No, I'll just pick 2 for now. I'll do 2. I'll do the black nebula and I'll do the Impurita 58, an old reliable carrot variety. Okay. So now I'll do 4 by 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then I just fill them in, and that will make 12. I mean 16. I keep thinking it's 12 per square foot, but it's 16. Okay, nice. We'll get that nice piece of wood out of there. Ooh, I have a lot of these seeds, and they're pretty old, so I'm gonna put like 4 or 5 per each carrot hole, and then I just have to thin them. Previously, I haven't gotten good carrots because I was pretty bad at thinning them out, but hopefully I can bring myself to do it this year. Well, I think that feeding them to the chickens is gonna help a lot because I always just felt bad for wasting a little plant, right? It's like, why am I killing this plant? Just because I want this plant to be bigger? That seems mean. But feeding them my chickens, that's nice. That's like giving them a little purpose in their little microgreen state. Oh, and also the carrot greens are very good. I've learned they're good on salads and stuff, so they can be utilized when they're that young. You don't have to get rid of they don't have to be for naught or for waste when you are thinning the plants out. A lot of times you can use those little babies. All right, the black nebula carrots, I have a lot less of, but they're also kind of old. And so I'm just gonna do 2 or 3 per hole. These black nebula carrots are supposed to be like a very dark purple carrot, so hopefully we get some results from these. I was never able to get any results from these at all. No. Oh wait, yeah, I haven't gotten any. I'm gonna put a lot of seeds in here. Actually, I'm gonna do like 5 seeds per hole because I haven't gotten any germination from these yet. So hopefully it was just where I had them, and now I'm gonna be like, why did I put so many seeds in here? That's the move, I think. Okay, I'm just gently covering these up. The move is gently cover carrots. A lot of people do carrots in rows, the furrows. I'm doing them in their own little spot so that the spacing is at least kind of already figured out when I have to thin them. Okay, so that's it for over here. And now I'm just gonna rearrange you one more time because around the borders of this, I'm going to just scatter some other seed. Okay, back over here. So on the edges, if you can see them, that I marked off and haven't been included in any of the square footage. I'm going to sprinkle on the whole edge this alyssum seed to give like a nice white, it should be mostly white alyssum. There is a little bit of purple alyssum seed in here, but I've tried growing them before and I've only seen white alyssum come up, so I might have gone a little bit fooled on that one. So I'm going to put the alyssum all over everywhere. And then I'm going to put maybe maybe like 3 or 4 marigolds on each of the two long sides. And then I'm going to put a little bit of mustard greens up here. And then I actually have some nasturtiums started. And I'm going to put them up here in the corners so that they can drape over the side. I think that that's going to be really nice. And hopefully I can get some successful drooping of them and lots of flowers. I need more alyssum seed. Just go, no, I don't want to go crazy. I've got to spread it out nice. It would not be great if I had like little pockets of alyssum everywhere and then I wanted to retransplant it. Don't want to do that. You can't see the side that well, but I'm going to sneak down here and sprinkle along the edge. I'm done moving you. Because we are almost done. But I really want you to see these marigold seeds that I'm going to start. And if you've been enjoying the video, throw me a like. I'd really appreciate it. I really appreciate you being here in general. I really enjoy gardening a lot, and it makes me really happy that there are people who are enjoying watching my videos. Whee! Those can just go everywhere at the end there, because they'll just be little tiny flowers. Okay, and so look at these pretty, they're dwarf bolero marigolds. So they should be really pretty to be along the edges here. If you want to see this stuff growing in my garden as the season progresses, subscribe to my channel, and I'll definitely keep you in the loop. Okay, like I was saying, I'm just going to stick a couple of these in. I don't even really need to stick them in, I don't think. And then I'll cup them down here and do a couple over here. And we'll see how these do. Okay, and then the only thing I have left here for seeds is my mustard greens, which I've never cooked with before. And I don't know how we're going to like them, but I think that the chickens are going to like them. And these seeds are starting to get pretty old, so I figured it's now or never. So I'm also just going to take these and I'm just going to like sprinkle a couple of them, a little bit of chaos gardening along the edge here. And I'm going to go along the other side with these too. These I think are called scarlet frills. So hopefully we get like a nice reddish, greenish mustard greens. I don't even really know what mustard greens look like. So that'll be a fun adventure that we're going to go on together if you also don't know. And this is tatsoi mustard. And so we'll try that one too. Hopefully they look different since I'm just putting them together. But scarlet frills, I mean, right? That sounds like it should be red. So we're really putting all of our eggs in that basket. Otherwise, if they look exactly the same, then it's just mustard greens. And we'll see how we like them. Okay, there's all my faith in the mustard seeds. And that was it. So again, thank you so much for being here, especially if you're still here. I'm going to get my hose and water this in. I'm going to get you out of the way for that so you don't get all wet. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.